everyone, welcome to the second installment of the Karchermakes Vlogmas for 2024. And this is where we just like to talk about all things crafty, but especially for the next few weeks, that includes all the holiday making, the Advent openings, and all of the festive fun. So let's get into it. First up, let's talk about what I'm wearing. So it is very cold here in South Central Pennsylvania, and the irony is that it's 30 degrees today, and on Sunday it's supposed to be in the 60s. So I had to bring out the big guns today for my trip to the post office, and this is my Musselburgh Hat pattern by Isolde Teague. Everybody knows this pattern, I think. If you haven't made a Musselburgh hat yet, leave a comment below because I feel like everyone has. But the colors I chose to use are Miss Babs, and I don't remember the base, but it's two colors. The inside is a very dark, deep burgundy. The outside is this fun, variegated color, and the colors are Bewitchin', and then the deeper color on the inside is called Livid. And this is a super warm hat. The double layer situation that you get when you make this hat is super, super warm, and I'm nice and toasty. So the shawl that I'm wearing, this is the Shawlography by Stephen West. I can give you a slightly better view here. And these are all yarns that I dyed myself. This is a merino cashmere blend base. And this was my first, I'm pretty sure this was my first mystery knit along by Mr. West. So there is that. So today is day 6 of Advent, and before I get into the progress of my makes, I'm going to insert some footage here of the prior few days, 2 through 5, where I worked on my Freckled Whimsy socks. I worked on my Imagine Landscapes Mystery Gnome along. You're going to see that progress in a minute. And then also I started a Bauble for the Bauble along with Stacey Lewis, the knitting tutor. With the footage here of some of the progress on these projects for the week, and then also we did actually have some fun this week. On Wednesday, my boyfriend and I went to York, Pennsylvania, which isn't too far from here, and we had dinner and drinks at a restaurant that we've never been to before. And then we went to the Rock Orchestra at the Appel Performing Arts Center in York. And Rock Orchestra, what does that really mean? It's exactly what it sounds like. It's an orchestra. So violins, woodwinds, brass section, but they're doing rock songs. And when I tell you it was amazing, please know it was amazing. I'm going to insert some footage here, but obviously I can't put in the actual music because copyright does exist and I don't want to break any rules, but they were amazing. And if you have any chance to see them, I highly recommend. So day 2, Rising Tide Fiber Company. And before I open this, I should mention yesterday's color was called Ice Cream Slopes. I don't think I shared that, but let's see what 2 is. I love these colors already, and we're only on day 2. Look at this. Melissa, I just love her style and her sense of color and speckles. Ah, it's so good. So this one is called King Candy. There's that. I would like an entire sweater of this color. Can we make that happen? Can that be a thing? Next, day 2 for FrogIt yarns. Ooh, it's another pink. This one's a little deeper, more of a bubblegum pink. Look how pretty. So, just seeing the first 2 days, and I know this is gonna be a bold statement. These are gonna be perfect for that trifle wrap. And I'll put a picture of it here just to kind of remind you guys what it looks like. These are the winners. It's gonna be amazing. So here we are with our day 2 Advent yarns. Time for day 3 Advent openings. Today let's start with FrogIt yarns. We're continuing our pink theme. This one's a little darker, a little more specklier than yesterday's. Love it. And up next, Rising Tide Fabric Co. Let's see what we have here. Ooh, very bright yellowy green. There we go. And this is called Lemon Lime Springs. So here we are with our day 3 yarn advents. Day 4, let's see what we got. First up, Rising Tide Fiber Company. Another green with these tiny little speckles. And this color is called Taffy Pull. Next up, FrogIt yarns. Another pink. Looks like we're getting a bit of a gradient situation here. And at the end of the week, what I'm gonna do with all of these is kind of string them up together so that we can see them in all their glory. So here we are, day 4 Advent. Day 5. First up, Rising Tide Fiber, Candyland theme. Let's see what we have today. It's Mr. Mint. Very lightly speckled mint color. Next up, FrogIt yarns. Today we have an even darker pink. I would even say this is maybe more of a mauve or a mauve if you prefer. But there's that. And I know I said I wasn't going to cast on the trifle wrap with these anytime soon, but with every day that I'm opening one of these, I'm getting kind of closer and closer to wanting to cast that on. I'm trying to be strong, not have another cast on, but the struggle is real, y'all. So there's day 5. Day 5, Advent openings. So now that you saw the progress for days 2 through 5, let's talk about today, which is December 6th. So let's start with the Freckled Whimsy socks living here in my peanuts bag. And we are on stripe 6, of course. And when I tell you I love this yarn and the colors and the way that it's knitting up, please know I mean that from the depths of my soul. I love how the stripes kind of alternate from pastel to bright for each color, and then just the way the dark burgundy coordinating mini kind of sets those colors off. Bravo. Perfection. I love it. Now, I did run into a small snag, pun intended, with these socks. So when I was doing my stripe today, and I'll insert a little bit of footage here, I found that I split the yarn on one of my stitches. And when you're talking about socks, you really want to make sure you're not splitting the plies, because basically what it did was my stitch was made from only 1 ply of the yarn instead of, I think this is a 4-ply sock yarn, maybe a 3-ply, but only 1 ply made it to the stitch, and that's not going to be very secure or strong at all. So I had to drop down, fix the problem, and then work my way back up. But it was a very simple fix. Used a crochet hook, and like I said, I'll insert the footage so that you can see that. But these are amazing, and like I mentioned in day 1, I'm doing these tandem. These are size US 2.5 needles. I find that gives me a little bit better gauge for my tension and knitting with DK weight socks. And then the cuff is just a 2x2 cuff. I did, I think, 12 rounds of 2x2 ribbing just to get started. So there they are. There's the progress. And I mentioned this before, but my plan is to do 13 stripes for the leg, do the heel in this coordinating color. I haven't decided what heel yet. Probably a shadow wrap heel. Probably 98% sure it'll be a shadow wrap heel, and then I'll continue the foot. And my hope is to get all 24 stripes in the sock, and then I can always add more of the coordinating mini if I need it for the toe. So next up is the Mystery Gnome along with Imagine Landscapes. So this year's theme is Nana's Visit. And we've had 3 clues so far that were actual pattern pieces. So the way the Mystery Knit Along works is each day there's a clue and it alternates. Some days are parts of the story, and then some days are actual knitting clues. So I've done 3 knitting clues so far, up through clue 3, finished. It needs blocked, but look how cute this is. We've basically made, this is gonna look so cute once it's actually blocked because it is a little curly, but we've made Gnana's little hooded cape here. It's giving Red Riding Hood vibes, but look how adorable this is. And to be honest, I would love to have this in my size. So if you know what this is called, I guess it's just called a hooded cape. I would imagine that, you know, somebody on Ravelry has designed an adult size pattern similar to this, maybe, hopefully. But I would love this. I would wear this if this was in my size for sure. So there's that. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go downstairs and block this so that it can be ready for when the rest of Gnana starts coming together. So additionally, I did finally start one of the baubles for the Bauble along with the knitting tutor, Stacey Lewis. And this year, her pattern set is called the 12 Elegant Days of Baubles, and this is the first one of that set. So there's total 12 patterns, and this is day 1, and it's just called, and I'm looking at my notes, the Bauble with Baubles. I can't say that fast, but it has these tiny little baubles that you make along with this kind of pearl ridge that works its way around. And the yarn that I'm using for this, you've seen this before. This is the leftovers from my Stephen West Mystery Knit Along Go-Go Dynamo, and the colorway is called Winter White by FrogIt yarns. And I think it's quite perfect for this bauble pattern. So this is going to get some more attention later today now that I'm finished Gnana's cape. So I mentioned in day 1 that I wanted to start either the Easy Poncho or the Shift Cowl by Andrea Mallory. And I think I decided, thanks to your comments, that I am going to start the Shift Cowl. I really want to work with my hand spun, and I do think that's a perfect project for that. So what I think I'm going to do is maybe tonight, possibly tomorrow, I'm going to wind up my hand spun, hope that it's still together, hope that I've made good hand spun, and get that cast on. So you'll see that in the next installment of Vlogmas. So let's get to the Advent opening portion of this program. It's my favorite part. So today we're going to start with Rising Tide Fiber Company, day 6. Let's see what we have. And as a reminder, this is Candyland themed Advent, 10 grams fingering weight. It's another green with super fun purpley and brown, goldish brown speckles. Look at that. And I need to look at the card to see what this colorway is called. This is called Gingerbread Plum Tree. And I would say that's a good colorway / description for that, for sure. So now let's open FrogIt yarns, and this one's theme is called, and I keep messing this up, Watercolor Winter. And this is a 20 gram fingering weight mini set. Here we go. A little bit purplier version of a pink. And these don't have names. These just have days. So day 6. So I think this weekend I'm going to film days 7 and 8 together. So Saturday and Sunday. film those together, and what I can do is lay out the first week's worth of Advents so far so that you can see how the colors are progressing all together. I'll also include the daily day 6 opening of the Bon Maman Jam and Jelly calendar. That's downstairs. I don't have it up here with me, but I'll include that here as well. So there we have our second installment of Vlogmas for 2024. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I know that Vlogmas is very overwhelming this time of year with everyone putting out, daily videos, and there's a lot to watch. So the fact that you chose to watch this one is very meaningful to me. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I'll see you in the next installment here at Karchermakes. And until then, happy making.